And now for the worst corpse impression you've ever heard. Choke me like you hate me, but you love me. Low-key wanna bait me when you... Hello, interwebs! Welcome back! Today, I'm gonna try not to get sussy, but we're gonna learn some more stuffs from the Internet Anarchist today. And hand, what are you doing? Perhaps now my hands will stop doing dumb shit of their own volition. We can only wait and find out. As we were, today we are learning about Corpse Husband with Internet Anarchist's new video from March 2nd, which was, at the time of recording, 3 days ago. Why Corpse abandoned his audience. I cannot make any guarantees today that we will not get a little bit sassy with it, because I can't help the way that the gods and the elder ones made his voice. That's not my fault. I'm a human. Well, that's a lie. Why is this relevant to what we're doing? I don't know, but I don't really care because it sounded interesting and Corpse Husband seems really awesome. And he's basically kind of sort of almost a VTuber in his own little way before, like, it was big. So, like, come on. It kind of counts, right? Before we get into it, if you're new here, you know the deal. Hit the button, hit the like, hit the subscribe, or I will bang your mom. And also support the original video, which is linked below, because I don't know if Internet Anarchist will bang your mom, but, I mean, I guess maybe if he did, she'd get more memes. Let's go!
Corpse spent years building up a dream career as a content creator, amassing over 10 million subscribers on YouTube, releasing a platinum hit record, and finding himself in a social circle consisting of creators such...
I guess we could say he did, like, okay. This is blatant sarcasm. Corpse is amazing and legendary. I'm just being a shit. But, like, 10, I mean, come on. You could do more than... I'm totally kidding. Again, oh, God. Don't look at my subscriber count right now. I'm a baby content creator. I'm also an adult. This is getting weird and I'm probably going to cut all of it. Let's go!
such as PewDiePie, Penguin Zero, and Pokimane, all of which he did without revealing his identity. However, his dream career had a brutal dark side. He faced relentless doxing, vicious attacks on his appearance, and severe health struggles that only worsened with the pressures of fame.
So let me pause here for just a second. Hi, Internet Anarchist. We'll meet you in a minute. I know some of Corpse's career. Like, I don't know a lot. I was never like... I don't know what his fan base, if they even had a name. I thought his music was pretty dope. I do know that he's had issues with people trying to, like, face reveal him and shit, which I find incredibly stupid. It's actually a lot of the reason that I didn't hide Operator's past on Instagram and just started overwriting it, because it's gonna be found one way or the other. I don't know. And let's preface this. I fully support anybody who does not want their face exposed on the internet. You do you, boo. Having been a flesh tuber for so long, kind of made it seem a little bit impossible for me to kind of put the cat back in that particular bag. And I didn't really care that much anyways. But for the people that do, like, this is fucked. Like, I don't understand why you can enjoy someone's content and then they show you more of them and then you decide to get weird about it. I don't know. Obviously, this is none of you because you guys are fucking chill, I hope. I'm watching you. I'm sure there's one guy named, like, Fred that just hate watches me. It's funny. I kind of want to draw Fred the hate watcher. Anyway, let's get back into the video.
documentaries, and today we'll be diving into the career of Corpse, his meteoric rise to fame, and the various issues and controversies that led him to abandon his 7 million subscriber YouTube channel.
I don't know
and
that
cause
he's
him to lose
necessarily
over
abandoned as
250,000
much as...
subscribers. But before we dive into why he left, let's first look into why he
think
was
that's
so famous
true.
to begin with. Corpse's journey started far from the millions of followers he has today. Creating his YouTube channel on the 17th of July 2015, he would upload his first video the following day, a creepypasta reading titled Last Friday Scary Creepypastas to Tell at Night. The first thing
Ew,
evident to viewers was
no.
his naturally deep and raspy voice, which would later be revealed as partial results of chronic health conditions that Corpse was suffering
I do
from,
know
such
of that
as
part.
FMS, thoracic outlet syndrome, and GERD.
I do have a medical condition and it does contribute to my voice, but not as much as everybody says it does. GERD has like a spectrum to it. They put a scope down my throat through my nostrils.
Ouch.
And
That
my
sounds so painful
throat
and
is corroded
invasive.
and it's like touching my vocal cords.
For the first 5 years of his career, Corpse focused on creating videos where he would read out creepypastas without showing his face. His unique voice and choice to remain anonymous added a layer of mystery to both his content and persona. This intrigue played a big part in thrusting him into the limelight.
I have
leading
to
over-
say, during the sad Foxo times, I was a big fan of watching Corpse play Among Us because I will never, like you and I, for the most part, will never have that experience of like, I'm gonna play this game and everybody's gonna be scared of me just because of the way I sound. Strangely enough, I know, dear viewer, this is shocking to you. People don't typically find me very audibly intimidating. I'm not sure why. It could be the fact that I squeak like a 12-year-old. But I don't think that's it. That doesn't seem reasonable. Either way, watching Corpse play Among Us was so fucking funny. Cause like when they started using proximity chat, and then like you can just watch everyone go, oh god, 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 oh god. It was really great. It was peak content.
A million subscribers by 2020. It also opened doors to collaborations with industry figures like Boy in a Band and Anthony Padilla, who featured Corpse in a
I
video
watched
titled
that
I
one.
Spent a Day with Faceless YouTubers, where he would interview Corpse. The interview felt tragic to say the least and set
Wait,
the tone
what?
of the public
Maybe I
perception
didn't watch
of Corpse
that
moving
one.
forwards, with him openly speaking
Okay, I think he did a second one that I did watch because I don't think I saw that first one. If you want me to react to that one, I don't mind. Anthony Padilla seems very, very brainy and smart. And Smosh is one of my my cozy channels. I have a lot of those. It's fine. Anyways.
about his mental health, where he stated how hiding his identity contributed to his anxiety.
I have like very bad anxiety.
Oh, me
I never
too.
leave my house.
Do you feel like hiding your identity has led to all this anxiety about being in public?
No,
It definitely added to it. I feel like I had
that's fair.
other issues prior.
Yeah.
But it definitely made it more logical in my head, despite it probably being irrational.
On a more
To be fair, like, to his point, he's got such a very distinctive voice that I imagine, like, even ordering takeout would kind of scare the shit out of you if you really didn't want your face exposed, because, like, unless you think like fucking Mickey Mouse, you could have a problem. Poor Corpse, I didn't think about
On a
that.
lighthearted note, this video was sponsored by Honkai Impact 3rd from
Honkai
Honkai
Impact?
It's a free
Tell me
cross-platform game
more.
that I downloaded onto my phone that I've been having so
Wow.
much fun with, especially with the new 7.3 update. This launch has the biggest upgrades ever and
The
is the
biggest
best in the
upgrades
series.
ever?
They introduced a 3D combat
Wow.
system that allows players to engage in the air for the first time across all platforms,
Dun, dun,
which
dun.
greatly enhances the gameplay dynamics.
Yeah.
Speaking of gameplay dynamics, Honkai Impact introduced an art and performance upgrade, enhancing character
Stunning
models and
graphics.
refining
Okay, it does
animations.
actually look
On
way
top of
prettier than
this,
last
new
time I
adventures
played.
have
I
been
might
added
update
into
that
part
shit.
2, as well as brand new characters such as
Wow.
Senadina, Coralie, and Hydia. Senadina is the core
Papa.
character of the new story, and she wields a yo-yo as a weapon, which
Needs
brings
more
a super smooth
Foxians.
experience in a new 3D battle system. The new update also brings bonus items. With the
Bonus
new update, you get
items?
20 free bonus draws,
Wow.
1 free character from part 1, and free
Ooh.
Coralie from part 2. Also, a new outfit for Eponia. Speaking of outfits,
Okay, maybe
the
I'll
latest updates for Serin and Li Shushang are now available. The update and all changes are available now. So download Honkai Impact 3rd and
There's a
experience
strong
the
chance
update
that that's what
yourself.
I'm doing
But
after
let's
this.
go back into finding why Corpse abandoned his
Who
body.
says advertising doesn't work?
To make his anxiety even worse, Corpse had to become a compulsive liar in order to keep his two separate lives.
Come up.
I have an apartment, and so when I have people come over, it's like, don't go in that room. And
But that's like your YouTube room.
yeah. And they're like, why? And I'm like, they're like, how do you have this money? And I'm like,
Don't
I don't
fucking
know.
ask so many questions.
I just come off sketchy to everybody.
Because they don't know the truth, and they're like, you're hiding something.
Yeah.
It must be a dead body.
Like, I can't answer simple questions.
Have there been any moments that have been taxing to maintain two separate identities?
Oh, like all the time, like
Yeah.
24/7. I've had people over at my house who I know in real life,
Yeah.
who are friends with my YouTube friends.
Oh no.
So my YouTube friend doesn't know I'm friends with their friend, and my friend doesn't know I'm friends with their YouTube. It's very confusing. It's a very like, Hannah Montana thing.
The decline of his mental health would come to no surprise, especially considering his choice of
I
being
don't love to
faceless
hear that.
completely destroyed his social life, even getting to the point that he became too anxious to leave his house or even speak in public.
How does remaining anonymous affect your social life?
Pretty much eviscerated it.
I was gonna say, like, that voice is so very distinctive.
So
like,
you don't have any social life.
I know a lot of
No.
VTubers do kind of throw their voice a little bit. But like, I don't know how comparable it is just because she is a little bit more limited in what she's able to do with interactions with the outside world. But I believe Iron Mouse's voice is actually pretty natural, just from the damage that she's had from her illnesses. So like, if she were to go out, if like, we all want this, if she were to get better enough to be able to go out, is she gonna have these issues? Because I will hunt motherfuckers down. Let people have their frickin' anonymity.
Oh, not at all.
The benefits of being anonymous were far outshadowed by all the negatives that he was already experiencing.
Hang on, I'm covering this. I think I'm going to inevitably face reveal and all that at some point in 2020. If I have to do this double life constant paranoia and not going anywhere shit for another year, I'm gonna
date.
I don't feel like I can
I don't
fully
know
know
what
the
that
benefit
last
of
thing
being
means, but I don't
not
think it's
anonymous
good.
without doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't really see into this like alternate dimension where I'm probably happier. I think it's way more stressful than it is beneficial.
At this point, you might be wondering why Corpse didn't just reveal his face and
'Cause he
free himself
doesn't
of the burden
fucking
of
want
keeping his
to.
identity a secret.
I don't
Well, he would also
understand
answer
this.
that.
Like,
I've left that door closed for so long that
let's be honest, guys. For the vast majority of us who make content online, we are aware of where we are making content, and at least personally speaking, I do like I will happily be internet famous. I don't want to be grocery store famous. I don't want to be able to not be able to go through my fucking life and do things because, like, I make content online. Like, if that's something I'm seeking out and, like, if I ever go to, like, conventions or something, that's one thing. But I get so worried about people. I'm the worst fucking villain. I've got to get better at being heartless. Sucks to suck! No, that felt dirty. Sorry, Corpse. Continue.
there's no gradual buildup.
Mhm.
It's not, oh, I have 50,000 and now I'm gonna get noticed outside sometimes.
Yeah.
It's opening that door and having all the buildup from millions of people now all at once. So it would be a dramatic life change.
The feelings and experiences Corpse mentioned in the interview would reflect on his YouTube channel, as he began posting more and more infrequently as his mental health got worse, eventually releasing his debut single Miss You in June of the same year, where he would express how badly his mental health had truly declined, with lyrics reading, "I don't want to look like this, I don't want to feel like this," as well as "No quiero estar aquí," which means "I don't want to be here" in Spanish. Later in the song, he would describe his YouTube channel as a glamorized desk job rotting away. To make matters even worse, Corpse would state that he suffers from an eye disease that causes inflammation when looking at screens, resulting in him needing an eye patch.
It started with my eyesight. I wasn't able to read stories because my eyesight was going, and whenever I would get checked for a prescription, they would tell me I have 20/20, but then I wouldn't be able to see when I'm reading.
With his video output slowing down, so did his channel growth. But when things seemed most hopeless for Corpse, a life-changing craze would be right around the corner. In August of 2020, a social deception game
Yeah, but
named
now I
Among Us
feel
would take the world
worried
by
that I
storm,
shouldn't
a
be
game
happy
needing to
for him
lie
for
or
doing
find
well
a way
here,
out
because
to
if he
win.
didn't
A
want to
lot
do
of
well,
the
then
game's success was
it
a
just
result of
ruined his
pretty much
life
every big
worse.
streamer playing it at the time, with creators like PewDiePie, XQC, Penguin Zero, and more.
Hi,
all playing the
Charlie.
game
Charlie's
together to
behind my butt.
entertain everyone stuck at home during the pandemic. And these streams would be huge.
Can we not say
garnering
that
over
word?
100,000 concurrent viewers, and the clips and re-uploads gaining millions.
It is very
Later in
odd.
September,
I-
Corpse's
the-
YouTube friend
I find this, I don't know if anybody else finds this interesting, but since 2020, have you noticed, at least in like YouTube videos, various words have been censored these days? Like, you can't talk about certain things, even though we all went through it, we all experienced it, we all know it, but for some reason the algorithm fucking hates it when you talk about it. Ironically, the thing that I just got done being sick with for the last 3 fucking weeks. You're allowed to suffer from it, but don't talk about it. Okay. We don't talk about Bruno.
in a band would invite him to play Among Us on stream with PewDiePie and other massive streamers.
I was just hanging out
This
on
is the
Discord,
interview
and
I
then
watched.
Dave Boyna Band messaged me and was like, yo, do you want to play Among Us with PewDiePie on stream right now? And I was like, okay, sure.
The moment Corpse joined the lobby, his life changed forever, as his deep and raspy voice fascinated everyone who listened.
I mean,
and
how
even
do you
made
not
popular
get a little
streamers
bit,
treat him like a celebrity.
Yo, Corpse,
sussy?
what's going on?
Hello, friend.
Wow.
Okay, I do feel bad for him though. Like, if
what?
every time I joined a goddamn lobby and everybody was like, "Oh my god," I would,
Is that real?
bro, no.
Oh my god.
It's real, believe me.
It sounds like he'd be that dude who, like, you know,
All right,
kills people in the game.
Need a fist fight.
Okay, but I kind of
what?
love Saikuno and
Yeah,
Corpse. They're
He sounds like God.
They're
and the
cool
devil
friends.
Should sound like.
I don't know. I guess I haven't done a face reveal, so
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Guys, who is Corpse?
Well,
I'm
I just
totally
assumed
fine
that
with
someone
it.
with this voice.
I
might
don't
look
like it when you
they
gimmick
don't
the
look
fuck
like what
out
they
of
sound like.
somebody.
you're accurate. You're completely accurate.
He doesn't look like what he sounds like. Remember how everyone thought
I
Donkey was
feel
black?
like your voice is touching me.
Yeah.
Is that a weird thing to say? I feel like your
In the
voice
best
is hitting
way.
a part of my ear that's never been hit before.
Following his appearance on the stream, Corpse's channel completely exploded, gaining up to 160,000 subscribers.
who
per day
wouldn't
in
wanna
October,
listen to
making him
that,
the
though?
fastest growing creator at the time. With his Among Us videos gaining between 11 and 33 million views each, he would use the opportunity to release the song E-Girls Are Ruining My Life, which
Talk
would
me
eventually
like you
get
hate me, but you
certified and chart
low-key
in
love
multiple
me.
countries. The success Corpse was experiencing at this point of time
I'm
was
very
on a whole new
good.
level compared to his previous 5 years as a
Sounded
content
just
creator.
like
He
him.
went from a popular creepypasta narrator to a personality that everyone wanted to learn more about. But the more popular he became, the more haters and detractors that appeared to try and ruin his career and life. Despite
I
this,
like that.
Corpse would end 2020 with over 6.3 million subscribers and 240
Good
million
for
views
you,
on
buddy.
his main channel. However, his overnight fame would ultimately come crashing down, and 2021
What?
would be the year that would alter his career
I
and
don't
life forever
understand.
once
I didn't
again,
know
but
that.
this time in not such a positive way. Whilst Corpse's success was at a peak, his health was reaching new lows.
Oh,
he would get
no.
a burning sensation when speaking due to GERD, and experience extreme muscle aches and fatigue due to fibromyalgia, which would cause him to leave games midstream.
Like when I left that raft game, like I was sitting there with like an eye patch on, my whole arm is numb, like I'm bleeding out the nose, and I'm
Oh
just
my
playing
God.
video games. Like it shouldn't be. I don't think that's something I can like do for a long time.
On top of this, his newfound audience would grow a parasocial obsession with him and learning more about the man behind the mask, similar to that of Dream, who was a faceless creator at the time. The pressure for Corpse to entertain his new audience was too much for him, and the stress and anxiety of staying anonymous was even more heightened, as he would once again be interviewed by Anthony Padilla, where he would reveal the sad changes the fame brought to his life. Corpse would state that he felt he had to be even more careful about keeping his identity private following the success.
I feel like I would be happier in a world where I could be myself openly and not worry about like hiding from everybody. But I do think is also the best decision for me because I don't think I could handle that many people like judging me at once.
Corpse would also discuss how he felt like others didn't even treat him as a human.
In people's heads, I'm more of like a character or like a brand or like an anime character or something.
Yeah.
So they don't treat me as if I'm an actual person.
Corpse would also reveal how a lot of people on the internet were trying to dox him and how some of them were right.
Have you had any
Okay, this has kind of come up in the lexicon a little bit. Lexicon might be a wrong word. The discussion of the internets and content creators. I know a lot of people like were dogpiling on Hassan over his comments about like let me preface this for those of you who are not chronically on the internet. Hassan Abi, whether you like him or not, is a political commentator streamer who spends 8 to 10 hours a day on average, I believe, streaming constantly political commentary. Occasionally he will break that up with video games and shit, but the man spends a lot of time every single day discussing things that a lot of people will find provocative. Whether or not they are in favor or against what he's saying, it does entice a certain amount of combatism, I suppose. And he made a comment that got clip chimped that was essentially saying, after this long of streaming, compared to other jobs that I don't know his work history, but basically he was saying after 8 to 10 hours of doing this and arguing with people, getting the death threats, getting all of the people in the DMs, he's tired. His social battery is dead. I don't think he's saying his job is harder and less rewarding than somebody who like drives a fucking garbage truck. But there seems to be this attitude of like, if you create content for a living, if you do any of this stuff, you don't get to not like something and you don't get to complain. And I just don't see it. I love making content, don't get me wrong. And the operator's life is pretty complicated. And I might go into that in a members conversation or something, just because it is very, very personal. But like, there are plus sides and there are downsides to everything. Everything has its own cost to a person. And the longer we try to pretend that like content creators who were literally just people that turned on their webcam and decided I'm going to try to make a something, we've decided they don't get to have rights or complain or have feelings or be uncomfortable or sad or anxious. It's very strange. Obviously, none of you have ever shown me any kind of negativity the way these people have expressed. You guys have been amazing and supportive, and especially with like me being freaking sick. But like, I don't know. I don't know that I envy these people who have this meteoric overnight growth, because like this is seemingly what it turns into, where you're just like the everybody's gonna just throw shade on you because they can. And they don't understand, or I don't know. Let's all just be nicer to each other, okay? Okay. Handled it.
close calls with your identity being discovered since we last talked?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know how specific I should go with them, but definitely.
Because if you're specific, they might know how
Yup.
it was, and it might reveal it to them.
Exactly. Yeah, they know 100%. Like.
Later in the interview, Corpse would address the hate he was receiving, as well as his experiment to test how far his haters would go.
Barely breathing. They'd be like, "Oh my God, you guys are so obsessed with him. Like, look at it, he's just breathing," and then like, or he's trying to breathe super sexually, or like it's literally just breathing. But people want to spin it to be that.
He would also truly become.
Oh shit! I just fucked up. I literally, like, I've been that mad before where I'm just like, this fucking person, you eat that fucking muffin like a goddamn asshole. Do you know that? But never out loud or in an internet public space. I can't. This motherfucker. Oh, steady and breathe. Okay. Okay, we're literally hating people for breathing. Okay.
And it to be that.
He would also go on to address just how brutal his mental health had truly become.
I was and still am dealing with so much mental shit. When I was doing those Among Us streams first starting, like literally like 20 minutes before some of them, I was literally like faced with like, and then I just get on in front of hundreds of thousands of people, you know what I mean? And it's like, they don't see those things, you know what I mean?
Comments on the video would
it got
sympathize with Corpse,
very
reading, most of us
blurred
Corpse
out,
fans
but
don't really want him to reveal
I
his
can say, and obviously I am nowhere near and have never been the size of Corpse, but even when I was face streaming, like, this shit gets scary. Like, you have this paralyzing fear of what if no one shows up, or what if too many people show up and I don't know them, or they hate me, or I'm not doing well enough today, or I'm not entertaining enough today. There's so much mental noise that can clog up, like, even before you hit go live. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Just, again, still preferable to, like, working at a gas station or something hard and horrible, but I just it's not the easiest thing to put yourself out there all the time. I had to pause because of the dogs, but I do actually very much agree with this comment that is highlighted on the screen right now from Ashcat that says, again, you can't see through my tails, I got you. Most of us Corpse fans don't really want him to reveal his face. We want him to feel comfortable in the space that he's created. I agree with this wholeheartedly, but I'm going to extend it to not even just Corpse fans. I very much wish this was the attitude of the entire internet for content creators. Let them be comfortable in the spaces they've created and the communities that they've built. And, like, why do we have to get so... I don't understand. He didn't do anything. Like, this wasn't like, oh, okay, he got popular and then shit came out. This is, well, he got popular and I'm angry. Get help! Go to therapy!
Face. We want him to feel comfortable in the space he's created, as well as hearing him talk about his experience with fibromyalgia, crawling across the floor, unable to eat. I know how that feels.
I can't even
Fibromyalgia
fathom.
is not fun. It's so hard.
A lot of you guys know, cause, I bitch a lot. I have chronic pain in my hands. They pretty much are just always in their own state of hurting. Sometimes it feels like I'm being electrocuted. Sometimes it feels like they're burning. It's very odd. The concept of fibromyalgia affects your entire body. Any of you who have to go through anything like this, related to this, listen, I understand I'm a villain, but as such, I'm allowed to do whatever the fuck I want. And thusly, giant group hug for all of my true pain, or my chronic pain feelers. I love you. We're together. It's okay. We got this. We're gonna get through this. Okay. Continue. Hello, Dream.
Extremely parasocial, and whilst this did help Corpse go viral and grow his other social media platforms, it would also make even more people hate him due to his obsessed fans. However,
really
it
dumb.
wasn't only the fans who were obsessed with him. Throughout 2021, groups of haters and detractors would attempt to expose Corpse's identity.
Why?
And despite most of the photos not even being Corpse to begin with, they would generally receive quite harsh criticism on the appearance. It was like people expected him to look like a Greek god, and anything less would be labeled as ugly.
This is why so many VTubers are terrified of this. Even if they would like to do a face reveal, you're gonna always have that fear of, like, what if I'm not what they want?
A lot of hate towards him, eventually garnering the attention of Philip DeFranco, who summarized the situation perfectly.
People are being absolutely shitty about the person featured. Which, I mean, if it's just some random person or it actually turns out this is Corpse husband, still shitty. Absolutely a ton of people responding with really nasty comments, calling the person in the photos ugly among other things. Which also prompted other Corpse husband fans to write things like, this alleged face reveal just showed how fucked our world is. You think Corpse is this mega hot guy, then y'all start bullying him when he didn't meet your standards. As well as saying he literally sings about how self-conscious he is about his appearance, and you guys are out here bashing him because he didn't live up to your fantasy. Disgusting. Absolutely pathetic. pathetic. Right? And this is nowhere near the first story of its kind. I think most recently we talked about this situation with Dream. But here's what I'll say. If you're one of the people out there that's writing just disgusting things or nasty things about this person who may or may not be corpse, seriously, go fuck yourself and or grow up.
The mix of mental health,
Touch
physical health,
grass.
and toxic comments ultimately led Corpse to quit streaming and focus more on his music. This would lead up to the 23rd of November 2021, when Corpse would upload the final video to his main channel, titled Choking My Friends.
Okay,
A
this
video
was
where he
also
played Friday the 13th
hilarious
with
to
other
watch him play.
streamers.
Also,
Drown.
listen, I don't. I really hope none of my friends comment. I fucking love this game. I fucking love this game. It is buggy as fuck. It doesn't work worth a damn, but I goddamn love this game. Okay, continue. I made so many people play this. I made my friends sign up on PlayStation Network that they didn't have before that because this was on it and I wanted to play it. I'm a bad friend. Also, if you ever want to play Friday the 13th during any streams, let me know.
Drown.
Again, he's such a good killer.
Why is Corpse enjoying this so much?
Because he's good at it.
We should not allow Corpse to be the killer because I am going to get trauma.
Despite the lack of video
Trauma,
content, Corpse
mama.
would continue posting music to his second channel, where he would still find success.
Code
collaborating with
Mistake is
artists
so
such as
good.
Brilliant Horizon, Scarlord, and Night Lavelle.
Ruffles off a dust, don't let me too many needles touch. Found it beauty, I'm a pretty bitch.
Corpse's story
I
on
love
YouTube
that
draws
song.
several parallels to that of Dreams, both being faceless creators who had large followings and extremely high expectations set up for their
I'm not
appearances by
familiar
their
with Dream. I
viewers.
think I saw a
However,
video
Dream
about
actually
his face
decided to
reveal
his
thing.
face.
I
On the
didn't
2nd of
watch
October
much though. I'm not
2022,
very
Dream
familiar.
would upload
Hey,
the
that was
infamous
my
video
birthday!
titled Hi, I'm Dream,
Happy birthday!
where in the video he would finally remove his mask.
Alright, for real. I'm dropping it. Hi.
Oh,
It feels so awkward. Talking to a camera for the first time.
While Dream isn't
I was
particularly
gonna say, I have
bad-looking,
to
he
imagine it
instantly
feels
became a
terribly
meme with
anticlimactic.
comparisons to Lord Farquaad, as well as hashtag he's
That's
ugly
fucking
trending on Twitter
rude.
The following day, the backlash Dream
he looks
experienced after his
normal.
face reveal was exactly the nightmare Corpse was desperately avoiding. Fast forward to 2024.
He
and
just looks
Corpse's
like a
channel is
dude.
shell of what it once was, with his channel losing over 250,000 subscribers and the views slowly stagnating. Corpse's story acts as a cautionary tale of the destructive power of fame and the unrealistic expectations placed upon those in the public eye. His unique voice and the
What?
mystery surrounding his identity propelled him to stardom, yet the weight of that success, his physical and mental health struggles, and an obsessive, toxic audience drove him away from the platform he'd built. The brutal doxing attacks and reception of Dream's face reveal affirmed Corpse's decision to prioritize his well-being. It
Corpse.
serves as a reminder that even as we consume content, there are real people behind the screens.
Yup.
People who deserve privacy, respect, and empathy. Click the video on screen to find out how this massive YouTuber has been faking his entire career, doxed someone, and scammed his audience.
What the fucking cliffhanger? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me to watch Why Corpse Abandoned His Audience, which frankly I don't know if I agree with the title of. Like, bro needs a break. Let him have a break. You know? The original video is in the description as always. Please support the original content. And again, if you don't like and subscribe, I will be your new stepmommy. You won't like it. I'll make you clean that fucking room. I mean it. Thank you once more for being so patient while I was getting over the sickness. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Gang, gang.